Hi, so I wanted to show you the hair routine I've been doing lately. A long time ago I really wanted to do the beachy hair look, and I tried it with a flat iron and it came out more curls than waves. I liked it, but I just didn't think it looked good on me. Like, I love curly hair, I love wavy hair, but obviously I have naturally very straight hair. A friend had gotten me a 3-barrel curling iron because I had asked for one for Christmas, but then I heard people saying that it made your hair look too crimpy, like the 80s crimper, and my sister had the original crimper, the little pink crimper, and I used to use it all of the time in the 80s, and I definitely didn't want to go for that look. So I tried the flat iron, and for some reason this 3-barrel curling iron had been sitting around for all of those years going unused, and I felt really bad that I wasn't really using it. So I wanted to try it out, and I ended up loving the results. It is, let's see, I have the box for it, which I'll probably get rid of at some point just because I just don't have room for the box. It's how do you say it? Jilbere de Paris. It's French. Ceramic Tools Geometric Series Professional Triple Barrel Iron. This is the one that I have. Now, it was given to me as a gift, so I don't know how much it was. And it was given to me as a gift a couple of years ago. But I did look this up online, so I know that they're still selling it different places. It seems like it's a different price, different places as well. This one has 30 heat settings up to 430 degree temperatures. Okay, so in the instructions it says, for my hair, which is very fine, does not hold a curl easily, it says that I need the lowest setting. And the lowest setting on here, which I figured out through the box because for some reason the instructions will tell you the heat amount but not the number amount. And on the dial on here it gives you a number, it doesn't give you the heat amount. It's curling iron. So I looked on the back, and on the back it shows you the amounts over here. So basically a 1 to 7 on the dial would be enough for fragile, very fine hair, which would be me. I had done that and it came out really nice. I liked it a lot. But I will usually go for between the 7 and the 13, which is the next notch up, which is thin, easy to curl hair, and it's not easy to curl. But either notch is fine. If you go any higher than that, I think that's when it might start looking really crimpy. But the size of the barrels, from my understanding, from what I remember, the crimper was just crimped. It was very small, hard crimps. But I think this would look like really large crimps if you heated it up too high for your hair. So try to keep it, the first time I would go with exactly what it says to do for your hair. That's what I did, and it came out really nice. I liked it. But then I checked another setting. I went like a setting up, and I ended up liking that even more. I think if I went any higher, it would look way too harsh and would look a little too crimpy on my hair, so I'm just going to stick with what I like. Now, I don't do anything fancy. It's kind of supposed to look a little messy anyways. I don't like section off my hair or anything where my hair is so thin. I don't really have to do that. So you know your hair better than me, so just kind of use your best judgment. I take thinner pieces, and I kind of count in my head. It's said to hold it on for, I think, like 8 to 10 seconds. I usually count to 17, so I'll kind of hold it on for like 17 seconds. And this is just the way that I do it. It doesn't take long to heat up at all. It actually looks pretty hot right now. So I'll bring it up to there. And I don't curl it around it. I use it almost like you would use the crimper. So I hold it down like that. And I count to 17 in my head, which won't be exactly 17 seconds, but it's still what I do and it still works for me. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. And it looks like that, which is warm and nice. And when I first did this, since my hair doesn't hold a curl, I got so nervous that I started spraying each piece as I had done it. So like when basically by the time I had gotten down to here and I was done with this section, I would just spray it. I did that the first time, just basically freaking out. Then all the other times I've done it, I've barely ever needed any hairspray. So let's finish this one. Now try to get as under those crimps as possible so you don't mess with the wave that you just created. And again, I count to 17. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. And I know my hand is in my way of my face so you can't see me. And there it is. And then I'll just kind of go for that smaller one sometimes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 ladybugs at the Ladybugs Picnic. Do you remember that from Sesame Street? Did any of you watch Sesame Street? For some reason, when I was counting to 12 on that last curl, I thought of that. Oh my god, that was so funny. I used to love that skit that they had with the ladybugs at the Ladybugs Picnic. So, I'll section it off sometimes when it gets to this part, just because you have hairs over here that obviously if you started up there it would look kind of funny. So I'm going to use like, take a piece of that and then just keep going around like this. And then I'm sure as you keep counting, you'll probably start counting a little bit quicker, and it's alright. Not to mess up these waves, especially when they're still warm. So I'm holding my arm like kind of away from them. Okay. And it's alright to be messy with it. I notice, like, even if I'm messy with the waves, like, it's supposed to look messy, it's supposed to look natural. You don't want it to look too perfect. I think that's another thing that is being done sometimes to people's hair. Like, they'll try to get it so perfect. I think that's another reason why for some people it's looking so crimpy, just because they're trying to get everything to look perfect. One thing I really love about this, like, I love this curling iron. I'm definitely going to do a review on it. I can sleep in this tonight, even though I haven't like styled it and fluffed it out yet, which I'm going to do. I'll still be able to sleep with these waves tonight, and then tomorrow morning, because I wash my hair every other day, tomorrow morning my hair will still be wavy and I won't have to do this again, which I absolutely love. That just sounded really snobby and I'm so sorry. I absolutely love. I totally didn't mean to sound that way. Now, if you have really thick hair, I would just put it on a higher setting. I like to take smaller pieces, but I'm sure if I had thicker hair, I wouldn't break it down to such smaller pieces, because I don't think that doing your hair should take too long. And this typically doesn't. Like, where my hair is so thin, all of this really takes maybe about like a half hour to do, maybe 20 minutes, give or take. I love how, like, I think the waves kind of highlight my highlights a little more, if that makes sense. I know I didn't put in any heat protectant, which is really, really bad because I ran out of it. But if you have some, I'll put an annotation at the beginning reminding you guys to use your heat protectant. Since I keep forgetting things. I keep forgetting, like, the most vital parts. Okay, so I'm going to finish up the rest of my hair, and I will be right back. Okay, so now we're done. And that probably took like, I don't know, I would say like 20 minutes. And yeah, so it looks like this. And when I first did it, I was so afraid to like touch it too much or put a brush through it or do anything, because I was so afraid that like the waves would just fall, because that's what's always happened to me in the past. Like my boyfriend went to put his arm around me and I was like, no, stop, you're gonna like flatten out my curls, and he was like, no, I'm not. But you know, guys, they don't know. So yeah, this is how it looks. And basically what I've done that I think works for me, I use the Nexus Salon Hair Care, and this is comb through natural hold design and finishing mist. I don't comb it through. What I do is, this is what I did last time and it worked fine, because when I did it that one piece each, it still came out alright. It doesn't come out too like hard or anything like some different types. Remember to pull your hair back. Some different types of hairsprays, but I want to use something, so I just spray it. Oof, don't like how it smells, but that's like it. And then usually I would do this part in the bathroom, because the bathroom mirror thinks I'm the fairest of them all. But obviously I'm doing a video and I can't do this in the bathroom, and I have a mirror right here. A lot of the time I will curl my hair without the mirror too, and sometimes, you know how you'll have like some of them in front of you, it will look like it's not that curled. It doesn't mean that that is so for the other side, because when you look in the mirror, usually it does look really nice. So I just kind of fluff it out, just to gather those waves. And you can be like what I did was I was just so cautious at first when I first did this, and I think that's probably the best way to go about it, just until you figure out what works best for your hair. And now this next step is something I learned from my mom back in the 80s. Now usually I would do this standing up, and I can't really do that since I'll be out of frame of the camera. So I'm going to try to do it sitting down, and I'm moving my chair, which isn't even really a chair, it's like a step ladder. Really what you do is you whip your hair forward and then back, and then somehow that gets it all blended in and set as well. So it looks really fluffy today, which is funny because the other times I've done this, it hasn't looked this fluffy. At least I don't think so. Maybe it has and I just haven't noticed it. But what I like about these is it really is a beachy wave to your hair. When I used the flat iron to like do these kind of beachy waves, it came out more like a curl, which is nice, but you know, like I said in the beginning of the video, I don't think I look good with curls. So yeah, this is the hairstyle I've been doing. Sorry about that, my camera died on me, so I had to charge it for a little bit. So I don't remember where I left off, but yeah, I think it came out pretty nice. This is how the back looks. Doing the back is kind of tough, and I just literally like spread my hair down the back and I do it all from the side. So again, like what will work for you will probably depend on how thick your hair is and stuff, and it's all trial and error. I just really like this curling iron. I love how it came out, and it does kind of relax itself a little bit as the night goes on, and then definitely when you wake up the next day, it's still really nice and wavy, but it looks even more natural. I'm not sure how to explain it unless, you know, you do this. I hope you found this helpful, and I will see you soon. Bye.